The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. The earth is our mother, we must take care of her. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho.
The sky is our father, we must take care of him. The sky is our father, we must take care of him. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho.
The rivers are our sisters, we must take care of them. The rivers are our sisters, we must take care of them. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho.
The trees are our brothers, we must take care of them. The trees are our brothers, we must take care of them.
Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho.
The earth is our mother, she will take care of us. The earth is our mother, she will take care of us. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho.
Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho. Hey, Yana ho, Yana, hey, Yana ho.
I am proud of the job that each and every one of you do taking care of the earth. You are the stewards of the earth. When we get out and explore, just like Aiden and Ella did here, they were looking underneath a rock and they found this black spotted salamander. It's a rare find. Early in the spring, I followed this Google map of where the amphibian crossings are, and we went to help some cross the road so they wouldn't get hit by cars. Look, we found a black spotted salamander too.
Go, little dude.
They are slippery. The cars
Right.
were coming, so we wanted to help it cross and not get smushed like some of the frogs. Here's a story for you about the black spotted salamander.
So I'm going to tell you a story today of how the black salamander got its yellow spots. So the black salamander used to live in a vernal pool. And the pool was wet and it was dark and it was around lots of trees deep in the forest. The salamander used to swim along the water's edge and go up and look for slugs and worms and bugs and had to hunt all day, searching and searching. One day, the salamander saw a delicious caterpillar fall from the tree, and the salamander started going over. Then all of a sudden, whoop! Down from the tree came a robin. The robin ate that little caterpillar right up. And the salamander said, "Hey, Robin, I was just on my way to get that caterpillar." And the robin said, "Well, early bird gets the worm." And the salamander said, "Well, what do you mean I was on my way? I was coming. I was going to eat that caterpillar." And the bird said, "Well, as far as I see it, that is my tree up there with my nest. And if the caterpillar came from that tree, then it is my caterpillar to eat." "Oh my gosh," said the black salamander. "That just does not seem fair at all. The tree's for everyone." And the bird said, "Oh, really? Well, then let me see you get up there." Well, the black salamander had never been up a tree. The bird said, "Here you go, black salamander. I will give you 20 tries. I have an idea, salamander. If you can get up to the top of the tree, then all those caterpillars and everything that comes from the tree, well, we will share it and you can have it too. And it'll all be ours. But now if you can't make it to the top of the tree, then you must leave this little pool in this area and go away underground, and we won't share it all." The salamander thought about this and said, "Well, I've never climbed a tree before, but I will give it a try. I agree with you. You've got a deal. If I can make it to the top of the tree, I will get to have any bugs that fall from the tree. If I don't, then I will go underground and leave you forever." The bird thought about this. "Yes, I agree. But you only get 20 tries, and every time you try, you get 1 yellow dot, and we will keep count." The salamander thought about this. "Okay, yep, we'll keep count. I make it to the top of the tree, I can have the bugs. If I don't, I will go underground and leave you." They both agreed. So the salamander gave it a try. Slid down and only made it about this high. "Didn't think you could do it," said the bird. "Oh, I did not give up yet," said the salamander. So the salamander backed up, made it a little bit higher, but oh no, its feet were too slippery, and slid back. "Didn't think you could do it." And every time the salamander did that, it would pick up a little dandelion, little dandelion dot for the first try, another little dandelion dot for the second, 2 dots so far. The salamander thought, maybe if I back up really far back along the water and give it a running start, I can get higher. So backed up really far and then and got about this high. But then its wet feet, wet tail couldn't get up. Another dot. Here came the robin. Another dandelion. Boop, yellow dot. Now it had 3 dots. Now the salamander kept trying and trying and trying, all the way to 20. The bird came with its last 20 dot. 10 on one side, 10 on the other, 20 dots. And the salamander said, "Well, I tried and tried and tried, and I didn't give up, and I made it to all 20, and I didn't make it to the top of the tree. And we had an agreement, and I am always good to my word. So I will leave Robin." And the robin said, "Okay, cheerio, goodbye, bye-bye." And the salamander just walked away and started to look. And near that cool pool in the forest, at the base of the tree, were a bunch of roots. The salamander, now a black spotted salamander, a black salamander with yellow spots, found a hole in those roots. And it started to go down. And underneath the ground, it found tunnels and tunnels and tunnels. And in those tunnels were worms and bugs and all kinds of delicious things to eat. And the salamander was eating worm, a night crawler, some ants. Wow, the salamander was happy. The salamander said, wow, this is where I want to be after all. I don't have to hunt and hunt for food and try to get food that the bird wanted. I have all this marvelous food, plenty to eat. And so that is where the black spotted salamander lived from there on out, underneath the ground in little tunnels, eating worms and bugs. And the black spotted salamander only comes out one time a year now, in early spring, to go back to that vernal pool to lay its eggs, for them to be little, just like tadpoles, swimming around with their salamanders, and they've got gills on the outside to breathe the air underneath the water. And it lays its eggs, and then after that, it goes back underground to live for the rest of the year. And that is the story of how the black salamander got its spots and is now the black spotted salamander. So you just listened to the story, the oral story of how the salamander got its spots that I retold. And I'm going to tell you a game. This is a game if your mom and dad aren't around or an adult, you might want to get them so that they learn how to help you make this. All I did was I took half a sheet of paper, I folded it up, unfolded it, and I spread out dots. How many dots? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. Now the game is, my salamander, I decided was going to be a white salamander with blue dots. You can make any color salamander and any color dots you want. It's helpful to have 5 dots, or you could do a whole sheet of paper and do 10 dots, depending on what type of math you're doing. So here's salamander spot math. You could also count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. But now, look at what happens. Salamander spot math. How many dots are missing? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. There were 5, so 1's missing. You were right. Okay, let's play again. Salamander spot math. How many dots are missing? Let's see, there's 3. There were 5, so we know that 3, 4, 5. How many are missing? 2. So that's how we play salamander spot math. I'll do it one more time, see if you get it. Ready? Salamander spot math. Ooh, how many salamander dots are missing? Let's see. 2. 1, 2, 3. Because there's a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fun. Have fun playing salamander spot math. A good time to play this game is at meals, like snack time or lunchtime or dinner. It can be a fun time to play.
I caught 4 salamanders. I'm going to name them. This one's Ed. This one's Jed. Ned. I'm calling him Red. I wonder if you can spell Ed. Ed just ran away. Ed has 2 letters. First you hear eh, that's an E. Then you hear d. Yeah, that's a D. Now if you put together the eh and the d, you get Ed. Well, there goes Ed. You know, if you can put together sounds like eh and d, you're reading. Now let's just read the red part. Ed. 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 4 Eds. This one's a little bit harder. It sounds like Ed at the end, but it has a J at the beginning. J. Ed. Jed. This one has an R at the beginning, And it sounds like Ed. What sounds like Ed starts with a red. This one starts with a T, ends with a ed. That says Ted. Give it a try. See if you can read all the names of my salamanders.
I love this book. It's called The Salamander Room, written by Ann Mazer and illustrated by Steve Johnson. Ooh, look, they chose just to have a plain green end page. I wonder why they did that. Brian found a salamander in the woods. It was a little orange salamander that crawled through the dried leaves of the forest floor. The salamander was warm and cozy in the boy's hand. "Come live with me," the boy said, and he took the salamander home. "Where will he sleep?" his mother asked. "I will make him a salamander bed to sleep in. I will cover him with the leaves that are fresh and green. I will bring moss that looks like little stars to be a pillow for his head." See the pillow? "I will bring crickets to sing to him to sleep and bullfrogs to tell him good night stories. And when he wakes up, where will he play? I will carpet my room with shiny wet leaves and water them so he can slide around and play. I will bring tree stumps into my room so he can climb up the bark and sun himself on top. I will bring boulders that he can creep over. He will miss his friends in the forest. I will bring salamander friends to play with him. They will be hungry. How will you feed them? I will bring insects to live in my room, and every day I will catch some and feed the salamanders. And I will make little pools of water on top of the boulders so they can drink whenever they are thirsty. The insects will multiply, and soon there will be bugs and insects everywhere. I will find birds to eat the extra bugs too, the extra bugs and insects, and the bullfrogs will eat them too. Look at that long tongue. I think that's another superpower a frog has. Where will the birds and bullfrogs live? I will bring trees for the birds to roost in and make ponds for the frogs. Birds need to fly. We can lift off the ceiling. They will sail out in the sky, but they will come back to my room when it's time for dinner, because they will know that the biggest, juiciest insects are there. But the trees, how will they grow? The rain will come through the open roof, and the sun too. And vines will creep up the walls of my room, and ferns will grow under my bed. There will be big white mushrooms and moss like little stars growing around the tree stumps. And that the salamanders climb on. Do you see the little stars? That's the moss. That's a cool way. I never thought about drawing moss like that. Maybe in my next picture I will. And you? Where will you sleep? I will sleep on a bed under the stars, with the moon shining through the green leaves of the trees. Owls will hoot and crickets will sing next to me on the boulder. With its head resting on soft moss, the salamander will sleep. I wonder if you could make your room any way you want. How would you make it? All right, so here we have one frog.
Here, hold this.
And one salamander. You hold them. And we're going to
Whoa, they're trying to run away.
look and see what do you see is the same and what is different. So take a moment to think about that. You can pause the video. And now we'll share some things we noticed. Go ahead, Nora.
Oh, this one has smooth skin and this one has rough. If you catch one, you can feel them.
I noticed they both, let's talk about some things that are the same. They both have eyes, things that are the same. The same. So they both have eyes. They both have feet.
And their feet are the same. They basically look the same.
They both have little toes.
And the same, one of the same things about us and those is we both have 5 fingers.
Oh, they had 5 fingers, and they both have noses, and they both have mouths.
And look.
Oh, and
let's see how they both swim.
They both can swim.
And they swim differently.
Let's talk about some things that are different.
This one swims like a human, and this one
so
like
that one kicks. And that one kind of the salamander moves its tail, the red eft. Can you pick them up again? What else are some things that are different?
Oh. Whoa, let me.
Oh, he got away.
You keep
So I noticed the salamander has a tail, and look at the underbelly of the frog is white, and the underbelly of the
salamander,
the red eft is little orange with some spots.
And this one has some spots too.
Can you get it to rub its belly? It's been so much fun to learn with you about things over the pond, under the pond, sometimes both, and things around the pond. Judy and I appreciate so much what a great job you do taking care of the earth and being explorers to learn more about it. We don't need to know the answers to everything. What we need to do is be curious and have fun exploring, and you do a great job at that. We miss you.